Enforcement of marijuana laws is racially discriminatory and also disproportionately affects young adults. Want to know Prohibition's dirty little secret? It's this: criminal marijuana law enforcement disproportionately affects citizens by race and by age. An analysis of marijuana arrest data commissioned by NORML in 2000 found that African Americans are far more likely to be busted for pot possession than their white counterparts. The black arrest rate for marijuana possession is greater than the white rate in 90% of the counties reviewed, and more than twice the white rate in 64% of them. The study concluded, racial differences in marijuana and other drug arrest rates are stark, unambiguous, and represent a serious threat to the integrity of our criminal justice system. A follow-up report commissioned by NORML in 2005 further highlighted this racial disparity. It found that adult African Americans accounted for only 12% of annual marijuana users, but made up 23% of all marijuana possession arrests in the United States. A 2008 ACLU investigation of marijuana arrests in New York City provided additional details regarding the degree to which African Americans and Latinos disproportionately bear the brunt of pot law enforcement. Their study found that African Americans accounted for more than half of all marijuana arrests in New York City for the years 1997 to 2007, though they represented only 26% of the city's population over that time span. Hispanics accounted for 31% of those arrested on pot charges, though they represented only 27% of the population. By contrast, whites accounted for only 15% of those arrested, despite being 35% of the city's population. Equally troubling is the disproportionate enforcement of marijuana laws upon young people. According to NORML's 2005 report, 74% of all Americans busted for pot are under age 30, and 1 out of 4 are age 18 or younger. That's nearly 250,000 teenagers arrested for marijuana violations each year. Looking beyond these startling statistics, it is apparent that the disproportionate enforcement of America's marijuana laws has psychological implications as well. The imposition of pot prohibition alienates millions of otherwise law-abiding citizens to believe that the police and civic leaders are instruments of their oppression rather than their protection. This policy, at best, creates widespread disrespect for the rule of law and, at worst, threatens the long-term stability of society.